Welcome back, viewers, to the List of Legends list, and on today's list we're going to be looking at Total Drama All-Stars and how to fix it. As most of you are already aware, Total Drama All-Stars is voted garbage by most of the Total Drama fanbase, and I'm here to do my best to turn the show around. But as always, before we begin, make sure to click that like and subscribe button so I know you like my content. Without further interruptions, let's begin. The amount of problems Total Drama All-Stars had is really excessive, and with that being said, the first thing I would do to fix Total Drama All-Stars is the cast. Now, while I did like some of the cast consisting of some of my favorite characters, like Heather, Duncan, and Alejandro, but there were some characters that were rather questionable. Like, I don't understand how Sam or Sierra was even considered, since all Sierra cared about was Cody, and that's all Season 3 really was for her. Sam, on the other hand, isn't also worthy at all. I mean, it's called Total Drama All-Stars, not Total Boredom. Sam has even stated in the show himself he doesn't even care to win, and with it being called Total Drama All-Stars, it would make sense to have a cast of competitors. Now, with that being said, I would take out Sam and Sierra and replace them with Owen and Brick, since they were already scheduled to come back originally, along with Anne-Maria and Cody, but in the end, the show didn't add them for whatever reason. Honestly, any of these choices would have been far better off than Sam or Sierra. Owen already won the first season, at least depending on which ending you consider canon, but regardless, Owen was a runner-up and one of Total Drama's most popular characters. So it just makes sense. I also chose Brick because he had a lot more potential and a lot more story to offer. I mean, he had his rivalry with Joe, and I can see that having a lot more drama. Next is character derailment. Literally none of the characters acted how they did in the previous seasons. Like, Duncan questions everything he does now if it's bad, and Gwen used to be portrayed as this bad goth girl, and now only cares about fixing things with Courtney. Courtney herself still won't let Gwen hear the end of hooking up with Duncan, despite it being 2 seasons later. So it sounds like All-Stars had everything tangled up with how the characters acted, so it makes sense to have Courtney get over the breakup with Duncan and simply just ignore them and focus on winning again. Now that we have the cast switched up a bit and the same characters from the earlier seasons, that would mean Duncan stays on Team Villain, Courtney's also on Team Villain, and Gwen on Team Hero. I know most wanted to see a different team rather than heroes versus villains, but honestly I don't mind it too much, so I don't see any reason to change it. Getting into the Antagonist, there is a lot of work that would need to be changed, because having Mal as a villain was just awful, and with how short of a season's All-Star was, Mal didn't have proper character development or time, and that seemed to be doomed from the start. So with that being said, there's 2 things we could do. We could remove Mal entirely from this season, or we could still have him, but he gets defeated earlier on and isn't the main threat. So I think what I would do is keep Mal as a side story, but then have something similar to what Scott did in Season 4, with sabotaging the villains team, or the heroes team, or even both. I mean, when you're on a team full of villains, how about more villainy? Like, it's such a shame because since Heather focused so much on trying to be in charge, she should have been more strategic like she was in earlier seasons. So overall, I think I would have Mal's story as a side story, and have Heather and Scott do some sabotaging on both sides, since of course, it's a team of villains. This one is more so nitpicking, but I don't like how Alejandro's voice actor got switched from World Tour to All-Stars. It's unknown whether or not Alejandro's voice actor Marco Grazzini in World Tour knew this was going to be a bad season, and just decided not to come back, so the producers had to come up with a voice actor replacement, which was Alex House. No disrespect to him as a voice actor or anything, I just don't feel like he fits the role. Lastly, let's talk about the finale, because obviously with Mal vs Zoe not happening, who would carry out the final 2? And well, honestly, that's pretty difficult to say, since most of the cast has already potentially won a season already, and while that would be shocking to see a double winner, I still think we'd better have someone else win. So based on everything, I think I would have Courtney versus Brick. Reason being is because Courtney would definitely be a great villain. She has already been someone to get very far in the game and is very strategic, and is one of Total Drama's favorite characters. And Brick would be a great hero, he's an underdog for sure. On top of the fact is you have a classic character and a revenge character. So to me, Courtney versus Brick, while it may not seem like it's the best choice, it's what makes the most sense to me. Honestly, there's a lot of ways you could change Total Drama All-Stars and make it better than how it already is. So if you guys want to see a part 2, let me know in the comments down below. Alright viewers, that is the end of our list. Let me know what list you'd like to see next. With all that said, I look forward to seeing you with our next list.